Do, 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 do. Mooday. Lonely. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, oh, goodness me. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Have you missed me? Got nobody. Hello, Dawn. Hi, Rob. Thank you. Hi, Angela. Hi, Anya. Susu. Hi, Dawn. I'm just messing about here today because it's my day and my twinny. God, I've got no strength in this hand anymore. Oh, you bugger. Excuse my language. Yeah, my twinny Dawn. Dawn? No, sorry, Emma. She's on 24th as well. So I'll show you what I've got. I've just got a range of metallics. I've got my professional Winsor & Newtons. Join the SAA. It was cheaper to join the SAA for a year and get those full set of professional than it was to do rest. So jobs are good in. I'm just gonna while we're waiting to see if anybody comes, I'm just going to I am very sorry. I missed Belinda's live last night only because it's been a bit of a crazy time for me at the moment. No excuses, but yeah, it's been very full on. So it's been a bit crazy. So I've really it's completely changed my this everything that's happened this week. Train it's put such an emotional and everything strange on me. I didn't know whether it was coming or going or up or down, and yeah. So because I've been doing some civil duties this week, so didn't quite understand what it was going to be entailing, but oh my god, I do now. Anyway, enough of that. So I needed to create something that I want to do today for my birthday. So I've got my grey paper. I'm going to move on to another piece. Now, this could be any colour paper. It just so happens if you're using a white pen. Thank you to everybody. If you're using a white pen, it shows up easier. If you're using black pen, that shows up well because it's a neutral tone. And I want to do something very bad and do it for me. Okay, so this is all for me, to say the least. I'm going to use a white charcoal pencil this time, just so you can see it. The problem with that is I will now have, I found it, I think. I will now have several hours trying to find one. Oh, I've got it. It's here. There's lots of different whites you can use and different types of pencil and different sorts of things. Let me show you. And in essence, they all do pretty much the same, but the results are different. They all create a white line, some permanent and some not, some charcoal, some not. So I want to use a charcoal one. It's a pit one, so it's a Faber-Castell. So I just want to outline everything in a light pencil because I can see better. I've used my scoopy doopily one because, I'll tell you why, I get a sharper point. So, what I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do. I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to turn my pad slightly, and I'm just going to draw. Now, if you can't see this, I'll change to an ordinary pencil. There we go. That might be a bit better. Okay. Like that. Looks a bit strange. Are you okay seeing that? Yeah? Cool. Right, that's just an outline. So yeah, I can see that you can see that. I have found my wonderful pencils and I just love them. And these are the you're going to get this with any rubber on a coloured paper. You can still see an outline, but you won't see it later once it's painted. But grey paper, medium, any of these papers are not made for drawing and painting. So, you know, be aware of that when you do your work, sort of thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put some colour on, mess about, and basically these are going to be jellyfish. I hope you like. So I've got a basic shape. They're not round as such, but they have got a beautiful sort of shape to them. It might be a little bit too big, but I want lots of place to put pattern on. So I had the basic shapes for these are very simple shapes. Let me get this, which I think is a bit of a. Oh, that's my Prisma. That won't come off. Here's my pastel. This might help a bit because charcoal rubs out, but this isn't paper for it, so I'll try this one. There we go. This is a white pencil by Faber-Castell, and so I've got two basic rounds there, and I'll probably put a smaller one there. Now they look a little bit too big, but I can always chop them down a little bit. So the basic shape is like a. So if you draw one circle, and then another circle over it, a bit big. Well, when I say circle, like an oval. And then you'll get it at different. Get me? So you can join them up at different. Make like that. Now I can rub them out with my pencil or whatever, but that's just to show you what you can do. Okay. Oh, thank you for your birthday wishes. Yes. Now I'm just drawing simple shapes. So if you do some three like that, that'll really finely. Oh goodness me. Hope she's okay. So you know I've already cutting it down to the size of them because I don't want them that big. Okay. Right, because I don't want them that big. I want them a little bit smaller. So I've cut them right down. So I'm just going to go in with a pencil. I'll use a 4B. So I'm just going to try and get that shape. quite like that one. So that sort of overlapped, you know. If I'd have done it that way, we'd have seen underneath. I'll show you what I mean. Can you see? That one is looking down. So this one is coming in like that. Hi, Joan. So you can see there's like a whole range of shapes that you can have. I'm just wondering whether there's too much going on in here. So would I want to sort of take it down and do one on its own? The choice is yours, choice is mine. I quite like them that way, but I think there's too much for me to do today. I think that 3 might be too much. So I might copy that, leave that for another day, just do one on its own. I think that might be better. So using the same idea, I'm just going to go in with this softer pencil because it's an oil pencil. I'm just going to do like that. It's a better one for me to do today. So I'm going to go back in with pencil. I'm just going to close it down a little bit. That way. Can you see? So what I've done is I took it in slightly. So from the others, which we drew together before. Thank you for your happy birthday wishes. I do appreciate it. So you can see I've put lots of different lines on here. If you go to my Patreon, next week is my final civil duty. So I will be able to start to introduce my new Patreons classes. Right, so I'm just going to rub that bit out because it doesn't look right. That's better. I'm just going to keep some lines in because it'll be a really good guideline for what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go in now with a pen. So no rushing. So we've got the basic bell shape of one. The shape in there. And I'm just going to close this down a little bit more than I did. So it looks like a flying saucer, and that's all cool. So we've got our basic shape. And from here, we need it. We need a basic structure to come from. So we've got these lines, which are going to be the bigger tendrils, but we know that the body of the see here I shouldn't have really done that before, but because jellyfish are translucent, it really don't matter. Wait for me. I've just watched the Billie Holiday documentary, and not the film, the documentary. And I never realised it was her that I loved. If don't make sense that, but I never knew it was her music that what is the one that I loved. And now I know the background. It was like, oh, this woman is amazing. So yeah, I'm enamored with not only what she was, but who she was and what she did is just absolutely phenomenal. So I'm just going to bring in, and I don't like jazz, and I do now. Oh, have we lost people? Oh, that's a shame. So we've got some basic lines showing. Um, so we've got some basic shapes. Is that okay? People following, I hope. Too late. So here, just slightly thicker ones there. And then just to give it some shape, and we're going to add some more color and shape to it, you know. So for instance, on this one here, I might do a like this shape, so it's like a teardrop. I like that shape. And just put some, I'm not too sure whether I like that doodle, but I will change it later if I don't like it. We'll see. And then on this one, we're just going to go. I like to think this is, a love heart. And it makes me keep that shape then. So I'll draw it again. So I'll do it. So half, 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 and I'll draw another one. I don't want to go too thick with this. Oh, hi, Joan. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble if you can hear me. I'll have to turn it off. It's Alexa, off. Right, I've just put some lines there and continue the lines there so that it can be seen all the way around, because I want to promote the translucency of it. And I quite like the basis we've got but it needs work on it, obviously. So what I'm going to do is get a thinner brush than normal. I have got my fine brushes, got some interference paints, and I've got some. I'll put more water on because these are very thirsty paints. On my Winsor & Newton for Pros. So I've got some very fine paint brushes, naught to treble naught or quad naught or something. So I've got my book on my book. No, I haven't got my book. I've got my paper towel ready, and I'm just going to put some willy-nilly colours on it. So now willy-nilly is willy-nilly. Now this paper is treated, as you can see, so it'll leave. Just show you this in. Okay, but once I move it around, it's sort of like, okay, this isn't what I should allow on the paper, but it's letting it through, so to speak. So I'm just splashing on some weird colours, sort of sea colours, going over that as well. So you've got the main colour of it. It is a background, so I want to be treating it as a background. Don't have to fill it all. So pick it up, look at it. I haven't got enough here, so put a little bit of these shimmery ones in, which are your lighter ones. You could do this first if you want, but it's either or. Tomato. Thank you for your birthday wishes. Greatly appreciated. I wanted to do a live because I've not done one for a week. So they'll just dry off. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't got one birthday card yet. I haven't got one. So I'm using my H2Os. Forgot about them. Get them out. So I'm just putting a layer of these. The little. Remember them? These H2Os are really strong. They pack a punch, so to speak. So I've got that one. I think I'll use a bit of the pink actually, because there's no pink in it. So and it'll give it a bit of a zing, so to speak. Right, just pick it up for you. Right, so that's your background. So I'm just going to quickly dry it. Don't forget to always dry the back of your page. I have never been so tired in a long time. Physically, mentally, everything. Who are the paints from? The paints, these are Coloro, which I think are German. You can get them from Kanza. And let me get the others out for you. Comarelli, and these are Kanzai ones. There, a lot of them are either Colorado or the other ones are the German mates. They're very good. Just get what you like. And these little ones here are H2O. These little ones are H2O. Okay. I've got this down, which is basically the beginning of it. I'm going to use my fine liner paint brushes. They are on my video, and if you go to Amazon, they're on there as well. I'm just going to pick out the colours I want. So I've got Prussian blue, ultramarine, those three, and a grey. Oh, sorry, it's a turquoise, and I've got some flesh colours as well. Not flesh, sorry, Titan buff. So that's a greeny blue, indigo. Right, okay. So let's just go. So I'm just going to excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. Morning. Oh, thank you. Oh. Oh. I'm lying. I've got two things. I can't open them yet because I've got that, but one's got oh, I can't see who that's from. And a box, and I can't see where that's from. Oh, what the heck? Right. Oh, flowers. I got flowers, I think, and a box, and I'm so excited. Oh. Right, so I picked up my fine brush, and what I'm doing is, I know I've got the lines on it, but I'll show you what I'm doing. You lightly, then squish down, pull up, squish down, and let the brush do all the work. You're not doing any work, the brush is. So you get it loaded like that. You start, pull down, up, pull down, up, pull down. And you can keep going on the same one and flick it up until you're happy. Until you're at where you want to be with these. So you do need plenty of what? I've just ordered some new brushes from the SAA from Matthew Palmer, because he's managed to, well, he's very good with his brushes, but he's managed to do the reservoir brushes, which are very thin, light tips, but a big barrel. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, this is similar, but not the same as the workshop one. But yeah, it is a love of mine, Linda. So you can see I'm just making these lines using the paintbrush. I'm not directing it really. If you look, I'm just like, if it goes a bit wobbly, then oh, that's fine, because it doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter at all. So I'm using a dark blue. If you've got an acrylic paint, you might want to try it like that. And then I'm just going to put some wiggly thin ones. Like that. Okay. So I've got that. And I'm just going to wiggly thin lines around it. Like that. It looks pretty sad at the moment, I know, but it won't. So I'm going to get the darker colour will work really nicely on this, and I'm just going to go wiggly line. So this is the darkest colour, and I'm adding it pretty discriminately here, there, and everywhere. So I've got a cyan blue, and a cyan blue is really quite a light blue. The other one is a cerulean blue, which is very similar. I'm just adding the colour over the top. You know, letting it mingle if you want. And then this is just using the weight of your brush to create wonderful little lines. And here I'm directing the brush more. Like that. So we've got that so far. So I'm going to look at that now and I think, right, I need another blue, maybe a turquoise, which will be quite a rich colour. So and this paper is not watercolour paper, and there's a huge difference. Honestly, there's a huge difference. Just putting some darker in there as well. Just 3 areas as I do. I think this needs some darker back. And all I'm doing is now I'm just going to go in back where I was with the first colour, and then over the other colour. If I want to add a little bit more, I can. There, you're filling up the space basically with the colours you've got. So and it really doesn't matter if it mingles, because that's part of the paint and how it reacts, and that's cool. And again, go back in, and you can add a little bit of colour between them if you wish. We want to darken some of the area. It looks naff. I know. You please, if you know me, you'll know I say just go with it. Just go with the process. And honestly, keep the faith. Keep the faith, honestly, because it will react differently at the end. You'll hopefully. I'm saying all that. So we've got all that going. You'll notice, Linda, it is very different, isn't it? It's not a bit like how we did before. And I wanted it to be different because otherwise, what's the point of buying a course? You know what I mean? So I'm adding a little bit of the green now, mixing it in with the dark. So they're like colours I have got on red already on, but mixing. Joe, like hundreds of happy birthdays. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm really gutted I can't be at the wonderful highlight crafts, wonderful day, but yeah, I'm afraid this is This is it. Well, I just couldn't do it. So just going to put some dark a bit here. I'm not going to mess about with, I'm just going to stop the colour there, if you understand me. I know it looks atrocious. Please bear with me. And I'm just filling up the shapes. I'm going to add some more, so don't worry. If you want to put some darker colour. I'm just, if you can see, I'm just stopping it there. So I've got that look. There we go. Oh, that looks awful. I'm just, oh, it looks rubby. I've got to do this now. Just while it's drying. Oh, wow. Oh, oh, thank you, Salmon and Michael. Oh, you're so wonderful. You never ever forget me. You never forget me. Every birthday. You're always there. What? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I just read this. It came with a thing, and it said £75. And I was like, what's that? And it's £75 off wines and stuff. I hate it when they do that. It's like when they say free cash. Not free. Oh, well, I'm just showing you. Look at colours. Wow. Oh, tulips. Oh, I love them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Oh, thank you. Salmon and Michael. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. They're beautiful. They really are. Oh, I've got an orange vase. I've got an orange vase just for them because they're wonderful. Oh, there's a present. What's here? Oh, this looks like a female because they put that much tape on it. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's interesting. The twinner. Oh, I don't know what it is, but I'll have to open it later. But I've got this one. Let me just open my card. It's from my twinner. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I'm lucky. Isn't that beautiful? That's gorgeous, that card, Emma. Thank you. I love it. My card. That's my only card. And I've got whistles and bells on this. No. No. Get off. The absolute favourite. Oh. Oh, it's my favourite. It's my favourite. Look. Oh, it's my favourite. This is my all-time favourite shower all this. Just run out, Emma. Oh, Emma, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That's my absolute favourite. Thank you so much, Emma. I saw the box, but I didn't know, and I saw that and I thought, oh, nobody, you know, nobody thinks that much of me, but obviously. And then when I saw it, it opened and it was, like, because we use we reuse boxes, don't we nowadays? We never used to. Emma, that is amazing. Thank you. Right, so I'm just going to dry this off. So I've got a card of two ready. So I'm really happy with that. You can tell how happy I am because I've got prezzies now. Aren't I shallow and fickle? Oh, if I've got the wrong words, you know what I mean. Right, okay, let's get to it. I'm still going to use some paint, so I'm still going to use the interference paints. I'm using a white pen and I'm using my white pencil because it's easier at some of these and some of them. So I'm still going to do that, but this is where I bring in my bit, if that makes sense. So using my pen, I'm going to follow. If it's wet, it's got to be dry doing this. I'm going to follow the shapes, okay? And I'm going to follow the shapes. Sorry, in white. I knew I was doing something wrong then. So, and tip from my twinner is press on really light with these because you might think they're not coming out, but it's damp, this paper, so the lighter you press on, the less chance you've got of forcing it back up. So I hope you're getting that a bit better now. So all I'm doing is following the line of the paints. So I'm just following the lines that the paints have made. Um, I could have spent a long time sort of creating my own shapes, but I think going from my shapes to their shapes, whereas I don't have any argument if I'm using the paints shape, and it's therefore it's pretty organic. Now you might want to put a double line between them and add them, but that's cool. That's up to you, or you might not. If you've got a massive space, break it up like that. Break it up so that you've got a. So, I mean, you can use a pencil if you haven't got one of them. So, I mean, I use a pencil, but to me, I colour in with a pencil. I do lines with this. So to me, it looks a little bit and is a bit easier using a pen. Some of the lines are very interesting. You see on the screen now how those blobs are trying that were horrible. They still look a bit horrible, but they're starting to look a bit more planned. And if, like I say, if there's no line or paint sort of stop, make your own up. There's something really childlike and beautiful about doing this, because it's almost a no thinking activity, which I love, because that's what Moodling's about. It's about giving yourself, oh, this is really calming me down now. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for my presents and flowers and my happy birthdays. Really do appreciate it. You know, you're very loyal and supportive friends. Right, so I've basically got it looking like another right mess. Okay. But bear with me. So we've got some lines that we can do down here, but I want to create some sort of depth in these, and I want to create patterns. And I think if I start to do it now, you'll get the idea. So I'm going to do, in the light ones, black, and in the dark ones, white. So I'm going to get a graphic pen because it's a little bit fatter. I'll just check how fat it is. Oh yeah, that's cool. And I might just, on the lighter ones, just put in, say here, like that. And put a pattern there. And then I might get a finer one. And fill it. And just bring it up to show you. I'll bring it down now. Oh, no problem, Jane. Hope to speak to you soon. Give my love to Colin. Tell him to pull his finger out. So we've got a very sort of noticeably medium, like dark to light. So I'll do it again here, a bit bigger. But this time I'm going to do spaces like that. So I'm going to do one more of those dots, and then that will be enough for that at the moment. So I'm looking for it. It's got to be here on it, even though this is a dark one, but I'll show you what we'll do with that. So, oh, it's got the shape of a love heart now. How cool is that? Okay. Right. So I've done 3 like that. What I'm going to do now is another pattern, and you could do all sorts of patterns. We could do our, our round ones. So let's go for and I'll fill it in. Can you see? And I'll do another one while I'm thinking. So here. There we go. So we've got 3 of them. Might put another one up there. No, we got it there. Okay. So oh, it's not wet, it's not dry. Naughty, naughty. And just put in, you'll see in a minute what I'll do. Just putting in some black lines. It's not dry. Like that. And then some tall strands on them. So done that one. I'll do this one. What I might do is a graphic pen actually, because it's like that. So I'll look for the other one. 1, 2, 3. Prominent area. It could be up here. I want something that, oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. So that's got stands as well. And then we'll look at another pattern. So we've got these round patterns. So perhaps a simple zigzag. So that's quite a long one. Do one here. One, two, maybe here. Hope you're having a nice time, Carol. And then some, just hatching ones that fits in between. We've got one there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we need to put in some round one. We'll have another flower one. Oh, I know you can't see them, but don't despair. Okay, so we've done another one of those. And then a ziggy zaggy in here. Ziggy zaggy. Right, okay, so. Oh, thank you, Pat. What I'm going to do now is go in. Now, I have got a finer pen and I've got a Posca pen. This is a broad one, but I just think it helps to show what I'm going to do. So, either side of the black, create a pattern. Now, that might look a bit too much, and that's fine as well if you don't do it. Like that. It just, I don't want it to be too patterned, but I don't want it to be boring. So here, circle. Another circle there. put some white there. Right there. Where the black blobs are. On one side, and just a quick dash, bringing them down like flowers. Then these. Now you could just leave the black out, but actually close up, when you're looking at it, it gives it real depth. It does make it look different. So, there is a reason. Then here, I'm just going to colour in one side. And you get a mishmash of all these colours, all these patterns, and you're like, wow. But you've got other pens as well you can do this with. There goes my mouse. In fact, I quite like it being left, so they're not. Oh, I've got a Posca. Yeah, the Posca pens, we love. The 1 mils, and I love them because to me, they just add a really lovely line. So I'm putting some fine line in there, just little dots. If you want. So we've got quite a patterned jellyfish there, I think you will agree. And I think it might be a bit overpowering. And the reason for that is because it's all lines and it's not full of colour anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet down the H2O. H2O. Where have I gone? And I've got this here. And this is interference blue. And I'm just going to go over some areas. I don't want them to be heavy. I want them to remain in the background, so to speak. Got interference green now. Let's see if this one's ready yet. Yeah. Now, if you go over all of it, which is a nice thing to do as well, what happens is you colour the lines as well that you're using. The paint will become similar to the colour of the paint, obviously. So what I'm going to do is maybe just a few. This is interference green. You don't need too much of anything. I mean, if anything, I think I'm going over the top a bit, but if I can't do it on my birthday, when can I? Right, so I've got that. Okay. Oh, thank you. It's not finished, obviously, but now what I'm going to do is get these colours, and this is where I can really, and I'm going to go over, and then as much as I can, if I want to keep to one, say like that, I sort of do it, but I'm not held to that shape and line, if you know what I mean. Just as little or as much as you want. Here I'm going with the green. Okay, now I've got these colours here, and I've got pinks and red interference colours. Just put them there, you might see them. If not, just shove them on here for you. Got some interference in these. I've also got those interference, and I've got gold and silver. So I'm just going to go with a tiny bit, not a lot, of the red interference. Not too much, it'll overpower it. And then the purple. Okay. Now I'm going to get my golds out, move everything over. So I think I'll go with a very light. Oh, for goodness sake. Get here. So I'm going to make that more of a wash. And there's a reason I'm taking that off a little bit, because it's really too strong for what I wanted to do then. So back up, and spread some colour into the background. I'll just pick it up so you can see it. You see it? I know it's a bit rough and ready, but I don't care. So here I've gone for quite a strong, and I'm using my brush in that way, so we can get these flat shapes, or if I wish, turn it around. So I'm basically like that. And it has sort of a main ventricle. No, that's not the word. It had like a main body in the middle. And I'm just going to use the paintbrush to create the frills and stuff that are on him. So the paintbrush itself becomes the pattern. Pick it up and show you. So I'll change the brush and get another one. Probably get now where is my rigger? Interesting. Right, I'm going to now pick up my no, and I'm going to go in with some more gold and copper, but this time it's going to be really fine. So I'm just building up this main little body part or whatever it is. So I load it up. I'm just going to break this up here a little bit because I think it's too strong. So the way to do that is put another colour over it. So what we can do is just break it up with that. So and the same here. I will need a bit more paint. So just go over it with your paint. Because the paintbrush is small, you're going to get smaller. And then I'm just going to add, not on there, a hint, a subtle suggestion. Okay, like that. So I need to have some body with this now. And I think the way I'm going to do that is to add silver, she says, with a very thin brush. Some more on it. Because they become invisible, don't they, at the ends? But they're there. Quite like the main body, but it needs to be connected. It's a little bit disjointed, so I'm just going to add some little bits, and I'm going to add some more. Not hard, is it? When you all these shapes and things, you think, oh, I don't know how to do those shapes. You don't need to, because the brush does it for you. The brush does it all. So what I'm going to do now is get my paints, she says, and I'm going to put some dark colours on. So I've got some olives and some umbers, and I'm mixing like a dark brown blue. Just to give it a bit of shadow. Just add a little bit near the top, just with your thin brush. Just a few dots here, there and everywhere. If you drag your brush, what'll happen is you'll drag the paint with it, and that doesn't always have the effect that you want. You know, you might want a much softer effect. And then just to counteract these, just needs to be a little bit darker. So go with the colour I had before, which was the indigo, dark blue, and just bring this through it all. Excuse me. Don't worry if your paint runs out, because you've got that many on them now. It doesn't, you can't sort of find out where it's from. So we've got those there, bringing them down. I'm just going to take a little bit of the gold away, the brightness, and add some dark around it. So that's better. So I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking I could do with some. These are just tight and buff. Right, I'm going to turn it around and do the top. So I'm going to bring some of these colours into that. Now I've got messed up my tight and buff, but who cares? I'll get sorted in a minute anyway. So I'm just going to bring in some of these colours so they don't look like just stuck on there. So on here, I might add a little bit there of the copper. Just as like an overglaze, not a, a full blown colour, but you do need just that little bit of a, like a highlight, and it really sort of allows it to mingle a bit better. That's it. Can you see? Just a few bits. So quite like that. Now I'm going to do the last bit, which is to bring it together a little bit more, because at the moment it's really disjointed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my blue, my indigo, and this colour here. Bring my indigo in with it, and it's just a wash of colour really. So any colour that's in the background, even though we did all those bright colours, it's now tamed down a little bit. Oh, yeah, at Bournemouth, watching it, R5 today. So very disjointed at the moment, but it does get better because it'll dry differently, you see. And all those bright colours you put on it have to dry. So let's get my heat gun on it. Dry it up. But remember, this grey paper is not meant for this. It's really not meant for having this much stuff bombarded. So think about it that way. It's right. That's it. I'm going to do is get the interference colours, which is, I think it was, I've got blue on my brush, so I'll check the colour. Oh yeah, that'll do. And I'm just putting a wash over it, so that softened it much better now. It was a bit too bright before. Just going to take that off. Oh yes, so softened it up. That's much better now, and it's got a bit of a twinkle on it now. You see, last bit coming up. Right, okay. Polychrome. So, why have I got that in my pen? It's up to you whether you use that or your Posca. It's entirely up to you. I'm just cleaning my brushes down at the moment because I've been using them quite a bit actually. No. So we've got some white on it now. And if there's any heavy, I might want to put the white through it. Like there, it's on. And there, we've got another line there and another line there. And these have all sort of joined up now, which you do get. And in the background, I can still see the shapes. So, and then there we've got that one coming out with that one. And then this one is a little like that. So if you can follow some of them, just let them float and do. So that's quite the fine one. That one is the one. So it is the one. Okay. And then I've got this one, which is heavier. And here I'm just going to do some little dots. So some of these little and these are just a wonderful way of creating texture. So I've got a broken line and I've put it in with the dots. And again there. It's a great way of, really refining what you've got, adding detail without too much. So in there we've got like a bit of a stingy bit. And I'll put the tendrils through it. I'm just going to work this way now. And then round the lip. We can add black, but I'm going to add black further down. I'm just going to put dots here. And then to make it less jaggedy, more jaggedy edge. And this is a fatter pen, so I am aware of the lines and dots and you know, what it leaves on the page is heavier. So for that reason, I'll stop when I think I've got enough there, and then go for lighter ones around it, like that, sort of leading out. I don't even know if I have to do dark at the back, because it's entirely up to you. Quite like that. So here, got to be done. I'm doing some dotty stuff. Today, what I'm doing for my birthday is spending it with you in the morning. Then I am going to replace all the plasters on my feet because I have walked miles and miles and miles. Have a shower, probably go out, watch football, and then I'm going to go out for something to eat. But I'm not being awful, but it's not anything special. So I've not gone bananas. But I am so pleased that I've got a card to put on the mantelpiece, and my flowers and present. I'm going to use that today, Emma. I'm going to go and clean all my bits, do my ablutions. Can't wait. So I've got that on there. I've got my dots and my little dashes. Might need a few more. If you do have like coloured pens, that's where they come in as well now. You want to add some sort, because some of them, they transmit these fuzzy lights, don't they? Not fuzzy lights, that's the wrong way of saying it, but you know what I mean? They transfer like bright and silver gold and all this. So if you've got some pens, right, you can go through. Try another one. Don't like me that one today. So we've got a bluey greeny one now. So I could add, some colour on top of, say here, these, and add some blue ones. Just be careful you don't go mad, because it is easy to do, because believe you me, I've done it. So not too much. Oh, does this one work? Oh, this is a Stardust, so one of them fancy ones. And let me just see. Let me see. Got a silver doodly one. Oh, that's nice. So it's light, darker than a white, but breaks up this. Okay, so you can go on forever and ever and ever, and I just haven't an hour and a half. But to me, how much better could I use a birthday than to be with my friends? Use on my day off today. Creating a Mooday, a birthday piece of work. Now, my Patreons, you will all get this, obviously, as you always do, into our group. If you want to know more, at the end of my civil service, I will I am starting up a group, which is a project, a Patreon project, which is a monthly subscription, and for that we get 3 projects a week, 3 to 4 big projects every month. It's like I'm doing a lesson every time with me. So is it worth it? Is it more than me doing my lives? Oh yes, much more than that. My patrons will be transferred already. Um, and I think if you like what you're seeing today and you want to do more, but break it down so you can do it, see some of the artwork that I've already done, then that's the place for you. So now, if I bring it up a little bit just to show you, I've got the jellyfish in all its sort of glory, so to speak. But I do want to break up. And the way I want to break up some of these colours is by adding some darker dots. So just to give it, knock down some of the colour, if you know what I mean. Not too many. I don't want to go mad because I love the colours as they are. But I'm just, if you've got Stardust, Jelly Roll, all those, then you might as well use them. Get them out. And then when I've done the white, I'll put the dark next to it, and it just accentuates the white even more. So I've put graphite in the background. I put white, and where I put white, I put dark. I put glittery pens. Put a bit of pencil in there. Oh, my Patreon page, yeah. If you go to my website, louwithers.com, everything is on there. Right at the top, you'll see Patreon, and that'll take you to my page. And then the new Patreon will be £14 a month, and you'll get everything. £13.99, whatever, £14 to me. And then you get everything, and that covers the £2 fees for them and the conversion company. So I earn £10. That's why there's 14. It's to cover the charges of the £2 for them and the £2 conversion fees. So I get 10 for that. So that's why it's 14. It's not because I want 14. It's because I'd like to have £10, which I think is fair. £10. That works out at £2 a project, which is, to me, is not very much. So yeah, that's the reasoning behind it. So now you know it's not me wanting 15 and more or 14 and more. It's to cover the charges. A bit like Etsy, they charge you more than the artist want. So that's because they put their bit on it. So yeah, so louwithers.com. I'll write it here. Oh, it's too wet there. Let me do it here for you. The page is wet. All lowercase. If you go to that, you'll find everything you need. Yes, you will, Sue. If I know your name and what you've done, you will transferred straight into it. And then once I've finished all the work I've got to do, the others who were already in it will be transferred to that Patreon page as well. So that club will automatically get new members. The people who are in it now, will be when we start off, you'll get it automatically. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to say thank you for my birthday wishes. Thank you for spending time with me. Thanks, Sue. I hope you enjoyed our birthday treat. Thank you for my cards and my well wishes, and my cards, sorry, and my well wishes and my flowers. And I'm very grateful that I could get to spend some time with you. So I'm so chilled out now. Thank you. And thank you very much for my artwork, Dawn. It's beautiful. Bye for now, and I will see you hopefully one night next week. If not, I'll finish next week. Oh, I could do Monday, I think. I will let you know. You know what it's like. I'm terrible. Oh, look what I've just seen. You could use these, couldn't you? If I wanted to in the background, you know, from a stencil. Right, I'm going. Take care. Bye. Get rid. Look, just shut up with us and close it. They don't want to hear you anymore.